Hi everyone, welcome to Unicorn Activity, and today's video is about the target based working, how we can work with the child by taking an appropriate goal for a week period or for a day or for a month. So many times parents tell me that how to schedule a child's day, what are the activities to be included, what are the areas to be covered. So overall, I will be sharing a very simple example here, and it will be from how I am working with my son. You just can get an idea that how you need to schedule your day and your child's day accordingly, and what are the different areas you need to cover. First of all, it is very important to understand that you need to look at the issues and the areas which are the areas your child is lagging behind. So during the initial diagnosis, child may be struggling with the sensory issues, the child may be having issues with motor skills. There will be a lot of behaviors, and the most important is speech and communication part. So at that time we need to divide the whole day into the 3 to 4 important areas that has to be covered, and you need to write it down in a sheet of paper. These 4 activities I have to do with my child twice or thrice a day. Why? Because initially if you're working with a child one time, it is not sufficient. Yeah, I could understand that you may be taking your child to speech therapy center, but it is just 45 minutes, which is not sufficient for a child to bring up the communication or to overcome the difficulties we are facing with the child. So it is very much important that apart from the therapies, we need to work with our child at everyday basis, multiple time at house. So when we think immediately, okay, let me go and sit with my child and start working. No, that won't work. No, that won't work. Because if you're sitting, you will be taking time for what should I do? What activity should I select? Few years back, and it was so difficult for parents because they were completely depending on therapy centers and everything. But now social network has improved so much. We are getting so much help from almost all the platforms. Like you could be part of a lot of WhatsApp group. You could be part of you could check the videos from YouTube and everything. So now the parents are having sufficient knowledge about the issues faced by the child as well as what are the activities to be done. But again, the difficulty they are facing is to schedule a day. So in a day, when they are finding time with the child, how it has to be organized, or what are the activities to be selected for to be done with the child. So first and foremost, give importance to the most important skill that are being lagging in the child. See, when a 4-year-old child is being lagging with a word level communication, so that could be the initial goal you need to take with your child. Okay, so you need to work on the vocabulary enhancement, you need to work on the identification part, you need to work on the labeling. So there are many things that you need to work with a child who is lagging behind in the word level communication. But it is not the same for a child who is having a word level, but the child is struggling with the sentence making. So first and foremost, it is very important that parents has to identify the areas where the child is lagging behind. Select the goals and activities according to that. So initially I give importance to speech and OT. So in OT, you can overcome issues related to behavior, motor skills, sensory, everything can be covered. So give time with your child for OT activity at home. The child keep on improving. We have so many things to be added. Like we have to work on the ADL skills. We need to work on the behaviors. We could see a lot of behaviors. So various behavior modification techniques has to be implemented, or we have to work with the child on academics. So when the child is around 4 years or 5 years, we start working on reading, writing, and other academic skills which we need to work with the child. So we need to work on the special education part also. Now when the child start going to school, so after going to school, we need to work on the school related academic topics and everything. Overall, we have so many areas that need to be covered, but every time the priority should be given according to the present level of the child and the most important area where the child is lagging behind. So select your goal appropriately. I will give you 2 to 3 examples so that you could easily understand this is how you need to work with the child. Regarding this, I have done a lot of videos in my channel, like how to make a child to do work independently, or how to work on visual scheduling. So many videos. So please go through the playlist in my channel so that you can get a lot of ideas. So when parents working with their child, it is very important that you pick 3 to 4 goals that you need to complete in a week period or a month period, and write it down on a paper or something and stick it on a wall, because it is a reminder for you that okay, I am working on this goal. Today I have to do this activity related to this topic. Show you 2 examples how I planned activities for my son, or how I picked the goals for my son. See, as I mentioned, these goals, now we don't work on OT, or you can't find any OT activity, because everyday routine we have included yoga and meditation. So it has become that definitely he has realized that definitely he has to do yoga everyday morning. There is no need of writing up in our visual scheduling that there is no need of writing up in a visual scheduling that do yoga. But earlier time when I was starting yoga and everything, I used to write it down, because it was something like the child shows behavior that he don't want to do. But by a visual schedule, we are making a child to remind, and we are making a child mindset that you have to do. Okay, this sheet I have stick on my wall long back, and as you could see, do the activity. So this activities I make sure that at least 5 activities I complete in a day. It was a very old one. So earlier we used to work on auditory listening skill. So by working on auditory listening skill, we could work with the child's listening. You could find various videos in my channel related to that. Picture talking. So we used to do a lot of picture talking, which helped his communication skill, the flow of speaking. So both the languages like Malayalam and English, I made sure that I practiced nearly 15. So when he was able to do 15, I started to do 20, 30, 50, keep on increasing. Then when he was very fluent and very comfortable, no, we have stopped this activity. Then clarity. So when he was 6 years or something, no, he had a clarity issues. The words he pronounced were not so clear. So we included the clarity exercises, and you could find the different exercises in my channel also related to how to work with the child on clarity, like blowing exercise and all will be there in my channel. Please do check. Like we used to play different games for memory, recalling, and language. So it is alphabet game and category game. Both the games you could find in my channel. Storytelling. So these, as I told, these goals were very long. We did very long back. So during that time, I made him to narrate the stories, English and Malayalam. Then night time routine was very compulsory. Like every day he has to read the stories, he has to tell the things he did whole day, and sequencing of activity. Different magazines, I brought different magazines like Applebee's, then Magic Pot, and also I make sure that at least weekly once I should make him to complete one book. So, and Sudoku was added up, I think, once he started doing all this, I added Sudoku, and Sudoku he used to do. So this was a very old list, I think maybe 2 years back, but still it is there on my wall. Recent one which I have stick on my wall is this one. So if you're following a visual schedule, it is very much important that you could write it down on a whiteboard, or you could write it down on a paper, or you could write it down on a paper and stick on the wall, because it is going to help you and your child also. If your child is at the reading level, the child could see and understand, okay, I have to do this thing. So this will be helping the child. But if your child is too small and not able to read or not yet started reading, do work on the reading part, because I keep giving reminders to the parents that if your child is 4 plus or if your child is 5 plus, you have to start phonics, reading, writing, everything. There is no delay to be done in this, because reading is very much important skill. So please do start reading part. And if anyone needed any guidance for reading or any guidance for how to teach phonics to the child, you can join my phonics program. You will be getting complete guidance on that, and materials also will be provided. So let's see the next one. So see, on my wall you could see this was the one video I have uploaded in the school packing, how to make the child to do the school packing by themselves. So this is the one I'm following now. So this schedule is the one that I'm following now. So I make sure that every day morning after waking up, brushing and everything, I make him to write handwriting both in Hindi and English. So morning he get only very little time, so he writes in one language, Hindi. Then he will be doing his morning exercise and he will go to school. So this is the one thing. Then after coming back from the school, like his exams are coming up. So as I mentioned, these schedule or these visuals or the goals you're preparing should be for a week time, or you can pick up for a month. But again, I will tell that if you're picking the goals for a week, it will be very helpful. You will be very quick. So this one is a revision for exam. Each subject, one chapter he has to study. So as I mentioned, recently his exams are coming up. So I make sure that he do the revision every day. At least one chapter should be finished. So by the time exam comes, it is very easy for us to cover up. So as I told, please take the goals also very short. For a week only you're preparing the goal. So once these goals are being achieved, you can stick the other one. So this was the one that we are working with him. Then most of the parents must be knowing that now Olympiad exams are going to come. So it's a vast area we have to prepare. So we have started recently. So one worksheet at least we are trying to do every day. Yeah, this is very much important, because overall it looks so much and we can't complete. So every day when we practice, it is easy to overcome. Now the second one is language activity. So whatever area we are working on language, we make sure that we sit and work for a short duration. And book reading at bedtime. This is something very much important, because we do a lot of moral story and everything, and bedtime reading is good for parent and child. The relation between parent and child will be improving. Child will be started to listening to you, and this is overall four to 5 areas that I'm working with my son currently. And see, anything is not possible to complete without a reinforcement and reward, because that is something that motivating us or the child to move forward. So if we are working, or if the child is working for a whole week, there should something be rewarded. So Sunday is a fun day and it is an off day for him and for me. We go out, we go for eating, we eat something, we go for shopping or mall or anything, or I tell him that if you want a surprise, you can tell me. Any of these he can choose. So for getting this, he tried to complete all this without lot of behavior, yet we could see that the child is cooperating, and we could overcome the behavior issues if you're following this method. How to schedule your child's day meaningfully, how to work on target based areas the child is lagging behind. I hope I could give some ideas on how we worked. But the two examples that I have shown was from our past 3 years. So earlier also, like when my child was 4 years, we used to follow visual scheduling, and it was the examples of that was posted in my WhatsApp group also, I feel. So in that I have included lot of OT activities, academic activities, and I used to write like, you have to do this work, you have to to complete this work. So initial and all, every small thing I used to write it down so that he could write it down, or you can draw it. If your child is too small, you have to draw it. So visuals have always helped me to overcome the behaviors, and we could work target based. So those parents who haven't started visual scheduling in your routine, do try, and you will be seeing improvement. So hope my video was helpful. If anyone is new to channel, do subscribe. Thank you for watching.